Hi everyone, it's Holly here with Holly's Ink and Stamp, and I want to welcome you back for another edition of my planner decorating series. It is for October, and I apologize for the delay in getting this out. I live in Southwest Florida, right where Irma hit. So as you can imagine, we didn't have electricity and internet and all of that when I needed to get this done. So I apologize for that, but I'm back up and running, and I cannot wait to show you the beautiful layout that I have, the spooky layout I should say, that I have for October. This is my website here, and if there's anything that you see that you would love to order, please go to my website. You can click right there to order, and if you have any questions, there's also a contact me button there as well, and I would love to help you out. This is our planner that we've been working in. I started mine in July, and just a quick run through. We are on to October. We're going to go ahead and take out our blank slate here. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and write my numbers in. All I use for that is one of our Stampin' Write markers. I use the black one. It's double-sided. You have a writing side here and one that's more like a marker. We're going to go ahead and use the fine tip side here, and we're going to go ahead and write in the numbers. 31 days in October, which we all know October 31st is Halloween. So I have decided to decorate this up using some Halloween designer series paper, also known as DSP, as well as our spooky cat stamp set. And this stamp set is a lot of fun because it also has a cat punch here. And this cat punch will punch out this right here, and it will also punch out the cats that are on the designer series paper, which I'm going to show you here in just a few moments. This, when you buy it together as a set, you do save 10% on. So make sure you check that out. We are going to be using this punch here in just a few minutes. And this stamp set is photopolymer. It's going to be easy to see through the stamp, and we're going to get a great impression when we go to stamp our layout here. The designer series paper is so gorgeous. I just love this set because I love the quality of the paper, first of all, and second of all, I think they did a really good job with the layouts of this particular set. It is called Spooky Night. This is a really fun one here because in our stamp set there's actually an owl that you can stamp right on here that looks like it's sitting on the tree branch and in the moon with the background. So you can actually cut this apart and get 16 different card fronts if you want to. So that's a fun one. When you buy this designer series paper, you do get 2 of each sheet. So you know how we always have some blank areas here, so I always look at this like a painter looks at its canvas, and I see that I have all of this blank area down here as well as this area here. Of course, we always have this here on the side that we can do something with, as well as the top. And then of course I always put a few things throughout as well. So the first thing I did is I took some of the designer series paper and I cut this down because I thought that would look really cute right here. But we're just going to take some glue, and we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm just using our Tombow multi-purpose glue here. Because this is longer, I like to trim it. I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue right here on the actual paper. Grab my scissors here. We're just going to give this a little haircut. So right there, it's already taking shape. Okay, it already looks great. Next, I want to go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. And what we're going to do is, I made a template. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but I just took one of our circle punches, whatever size you want to use, all right? And I'm going to use this as, I said template, but more of as a stencil. So I thought that we would actually do a moon shape on here, and I decided to use Smoky Slate for that because I wanted it to be like a mysterious type moon. And what I did is I took one of our sponges. We do have a 3-pack of sponges that you can purchase from Stampin' Up, and I usually cut them into 1/6. And I take one of our punches that we have, our label punch, and I just punch out. This is actually going to be using Smoky Slate. So out of Smoky Slate paper, I punched out a tab and just staple it to this, so that way I always know that this sponge is going to be used with Smoky Slate ink. And you're just going to ink it up. And it's real simple to do this, okay? What you want to do is position it exactly where you want it. And I think about right there looks good. And I always start off on my paper because see how it's kind of got that little bumpily look? Bumpily, is that a word? What I want to do is start off here and then go on to my paper. You know, just hold it. It's gonna take us a little while, but we will get what we want here. And I want to sponge, and I want it to be darker around the outside, okay, of our circle. So we're just gonna sponge around. It takes a little time, guys. Don't do it too quickly, or you're gonna get it splotchy, and you don't want it to be splotchy. Okay, so start off your paper and then work on to where you want it to go. You see that? I love it. You can use cardstock and sponges and punches to make all different kinds of beautiful stencils. All right, I hope you think that looks really cool. Now, we're gonna do a little bit more decorating here. And because I love this DSP so much, and I think there was some great things that we could have used on almost all of these papers, what I've decided to do is do some fussy cutting. And what that means is you're going to take the paper and we're going to actually cut out with the scissors the pieces that I want to use. Now I know not everybody loves to fussy cut, but when you see the finished design of this, I think you're really going to think, wow, I can do a little bit of fussy cutting to make this just really pop, because they really did well on this designer series paper. So I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna cut out the switch hat here. Okay, so it's that simple, that quick. I've already cut out the rest of them. I just picked 5 different hats that were on that paper. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna take our glue and we're just gonna glue them on to the top right here. Doesn't that look amazing? I just think that that was so much fun. I really like that DSP. And then on this side, I loved the one paper that had all the beakers on it. Okay, kind of like a mad scientist. And so I cut out some of these. Now I know some of them are little. You could cut out whichever ones you want, but I went ahead and cut those out, and I cut out 7 of them. Some of them are quite tiny, I will tell you that. So I'm going to start from over here. These look great the way they are, but in our stamp set, there is actually a beaker set that you can stamp, but then put different fillings on the inside that have these little bubbles. Do you see the little bubbles at the top there? All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to take basic black here, and I have the different ones for the bubbles, and you'll be able to tell which one goes on top of the correct one, because one of them has a square bottom, a bigger bottom, and then a little round bottom here. All I'm going to do is ink up just the bubbles. Boy, this looks so much better than that blank slate we had earlier, huh? We're also going to take one of the stamps in the stamp set that says a wicked yummy treat for you, and I love the spider web and the little spider that's hanging down. All right, we're not going to use this whole stamp. Again, I'm just going to be using part of the stamp, and what I want to do right over here is I want to stamp the spider web with the little spider hanging down. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some masking. You guys know I love to mask things off, so I only stamp where I want to stamp. Not to worry about going all over the place. And then we're going to take this, and I'm not actually going to use the ink pad for this one, so we're going to close this up for a few minutes. We are going to use that Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to use the marker side, and I'm only going to color the web. the spider web that I want to use. Now, whenever you use the markers, what you're going to do is I call huffing on it. You want to use your breath, make sure that's good and moist there, and then you're going to stamp that right where you want it. Okay? And there, my friends, is a spider web. Just kind of spooky. And I'm okay that a little bit got over here and here because it makes it look even just a little spookier, dirty, all those cobwebs. All right, and then I also wanted to do the same thing over here on the 31st for Halloween. There we go. That looks good. And we're also going to do some words in there. In the stamp set, there is trick or treat right here. But I'm not going to do it across the way it is here. I want it to be one on top of the other. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that stamp, you're going to take your marker, and you're only going to color in. I'm going to do trick or at the top. See? It only did trick or. And then now we're going to clean this off. We have our Stampin Scrub here. Love this. You have a wet side here so you can really get that off. And then dry it. Definitely need to get one of those. And then I always try to do it a couple times on the paper to make sure it's all off of there. And now we're only going to color in the side that says treat. I love it. What do you guys think? All right, we're getting there. So now we still have this line here. You see that we're going to put something in, and we're going to take some of our black washi tape. This is a set that you can purchase in our catalog there. And there's 5 different ones, and I'm going to take this one, I really liked this one, and we're just going to cover up those green boxes. See how that just added another element to this? I like to take my bone folder and just really work that into the fibers. We don't want that coming up. Now, with our designer series paper, we also had a sheet that had all the pumpkins. I could not do this without using some of these pumpkins. They're so adorable. So I have already cut them out, but I fussy cut them. Guys, it really doesn't take that long, okay? I promise. I know a lot of people don't like to fussy cut, but there's always a time and a place, and I really felt this was a time and a place for that. So this one is gonna go right here. Love it. So we're gonna get that glue back out. To go with that moon, I figured we would take our cat paper. Okay, remember I said we were going to use this punch? I'm going to cut out this little black cat right here using our punch. Our punches you want to use upside down, so because we've created them where you can see exactly where you want to punch. It just makes it easy, and punch that right out. Look at that, perfect. And you would be able to do the same thing with the orange cats as well if you wanted any of those. And I thought we would put our little feline right here. I thought that would just look really good with the pumpkins there. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the back here. So then I thought we would do a final touch on here and take our rat. There is a rat stamp in the stamp set, and I thought we would take some Smoky Slate here and put some rats on random dates here. All right guys, what do you think? I could not wait to put this one together. When I saw this stamp set in our new holiday catalog, I knew how I was going to decorate the October planner pages. And I hope you like it. I know there's some fussy cutting going on in here, but there's also some stamping, and I just think it really pops, and it definitely says it's October and it's Halloween. Guys, I'm going to get together November's here real soon. Again, I apologize for the tardiness of this one, but it was Hurricane Irma's fault, and I'm just glad I was able to get this done and get it out for you guys. And I want to tell you guys, happy fall. I love fall, and October and Halloween are one of my favorite things, and I cannot wait to see you back here again next month to see the November layout. Thank you very much guys, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.